So my name is Bianca. This is my husband Mel, and last year we left the United States to live abroad as digital nomads. So let me know in the comments if you know what a digital nomad is. Put the words yes if you have heard of a digital nomad. Put the words not yet if you have not heard of a digital nomad, or maybe you have but you're like, I don't really know what that is. Just tell me. So let me know in the comments if you heard of a digital nomad before. So like I said, last year we left the US February 4th, 2024. We got on a one-way flight to Brazil. And then after Brazil, we also went to Spain, Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, China, Indonesia, Panama, Colombia, Mexico. Like, we've been in 10 different countries since February 2024. Because again, we're digital nomads. So because we are nomadic, that means that we move around from place to place. So there's a lot of different ways that you can choose to live abroad. You can just move to one place and stay in that one place and be settled. You can move around from place to place. However you want to do it. And that's going to be a huge part of your move abroad journey, is just understanding how you would like to live abroad. So that's a little bit about our journey. So like I said, we're going to be answering some like frequently asked questions, but then we're going to be answering whatever questions you have. So don't be shy. Drop them in the comments. If you guys are wanting to move abroad, wanting to live abroad, and you have questions about the experience or the process, just let me know, and then drop your questions in the comments. Also, y'all, I know that we're still in November. Yeah. Oh wow. One more day, or I guess 2 more days. But I do still have my MAPS course, everything you need to know to move abroad from the US. I do still have it on sale for Black Friday, but the price does go up tomorrow. It's at the link in my bio for anybody who wants to take advantage of that deal. Okay, so getting into some of the more like frequently asked questions that we've had while living abroad. So one of the questions that I get all the time is like, what has been our favorite country, or what has been my favorite country when traveling, since we've been in 10 countries since last year. And one thing that I always tell people is that, we've had really great experiences in all these countries, but Mexico in general is my favorite country. So by default, I have to say that Mexico has been my favorite. But I mean, I also fell in love with Brazil and Thailand, and we're here in Colombia now for the 3rd time, and we absolutely love it here. But like I said, we've honestly had great experiences in all of these countries. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I appreciate y'all. Creative Kareem says, do you plan to settle down in one country? So yes, we are kind of doing that right now. So because of how much we have moved around, to be honest with you, this is pretty settled for us. Like, I was telling a friend the other day, me and my husband, like, this is the first time that we have slept in the same bed for more than 2 months since 2023. Like, that is literally how much we have moved around since last year. So we've been in Colombia now for what, like 3 months? More than 3 months. Yeah, like you got here like September 2nd. So it'll be like 3 months for you in a few days. I've been like 3.5, like going on 4 months. And we're planning on being here for at least the next 4 months. So we are a bit settled right now. It's a him. We're about to say something? It's a him. That's what it says, the username. Oh. Were you about to say something? No. Okay. It's a him says, are you moving all your furniture each time? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We only go into places that are furnished. We did learn here that you can get an unfurnished apartment for like such a really, really affordable rate. I'm talking like $800, $900 a month, and I'm talking like 2-3 bedroom apartments. But we did not want to have to deal with the hassle of furnishing an apartment. However, if we, for whatever reason, ever decided that we wanted to be here for like the next 3 to 5 years, and yeah, like if we decided we want to be here for the next 3 to 5 years, I don't know, I would probably be open to it. Would you?
Yeah, I just had one of my clients right now. She's moving in. Her son's actually moving in tomorrow on Monday.
No.
Yeah, she's probably moving out close to the end of the month of December. But it's like a farmhouse, pretty big, got a nice view. It's like in the mountains and stuff. And 4 bedroom, 3.5 bath, and it's $700. Say $700.
Holy moly!
Yeah, nice farmhouse and stuff out there.
It's like up in the mountains.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only thing that, and also I think it's kind of like a little bit outside of Medellin, like 45 minutes or so. As you said, 30 to 45. But like I said, if you're not seeing, like, you're not be traveling, like, you're not gonna be needing to come in the city every day and stuff like that. If you plan your day and stuff ahead, you can.
read that. Sebastian, I'm good. Oh, that's so funny. Did you want to keep going?
No. Sebastian, you good?
I mean, listen, I literally be telling him when he be making them faces, I'm like, babe, you gotta look alive because people gonna be thinking, normally it's the opposite. People be like, is he okay? It's like, he be just over there like, oh my God. No, he is always very, very good and very sweet to me. But wow, I didn't know it was $700. But that's also another really good point. Like whenever you think about the cost of living, so y'all, it's just like in the US, right? Like anywhere you go, if you go to a place that is like super popular and it's like the best location, you're going to pay more money. So if you want the convenience of a city, which we do, right? Like we go be in a city. If you want like the convenience of being in a city, being able to walk everywhere, being able to have pretty much anything delivered, then you're going to pay more. But like he said, what, 4-bedroom house? And
4-bedroom, 3.5 bath.
4-bedroom, 3.5 bath for $700 a month. So I'm putting that out there because I know there are some people out there where they don't want to be in a city. They want to be somewhere a little bit more secluded, a little bit more remote. So yeah, I mean, it really just depends on what you want. Roy's said, do you speak any other languages? I do. I speak Spanish. I'm not like 100% fluent. I'd probably say I'm like 70% fluent, but both of us in different ways are working on picking up more Spanish. But you do not need to, please do not ever feel like you have to be fluent in a language to move abroad because you don't.
Yeah.
No, you're all good, Sebastian.
And also, like, one of the things I was actually talking to one of my older clients yesterday about was like, you know, when a lot of people think you have to learn a language to go to a country. It's in the U.S. that you think that most people think that because we are so harsh on other people that speak other languages. That I met a trainer here. Like I was at the gym, I was talking to a trainer, and he was saying he was in the U.S. and he speak English. English is pretty good and stuff. And he was saying he was in New York and he went to class in the morning to like learn English, and then later on in the evening he went working, and then I saw how he practiced his English. So that's how he got better at it and good. But he was saying most people is kind of like speak English, like, can't you understand me? I'm just like, it's just very rude that of how most people are in the U.S. and stuff, like, you know. And it kind of really shows how ignorant most people are in the U.S. when you kind of traveling, because you kind of see how how ignorant we really are compared to other people in other countries. How like other countries are very welcoming compared to us.
And just like also the irony of like how in the US, a lot of people are really rude because someone's English is broken or they don't speak English. They don't speak English that well. But the irony is most people in the US only speak English. Like how many people do you even know in your life that are bilingual in the US? Like, let's be honest. So I think that's also another really good point. And I'm glad you brought that up because I actually thought about that yesterday because I've been speaking Spanish since 2019. And like, I'm gonna be honest, like depending on who I'm talking to, the situation, the day I've had, like sometimes like I'm still like, my brain just cannot pull it together. And like, I would say here in Colombia, and I'm not going to act like this is everywhere, but here in Colombia, like 90% of the time, people are so patient. Like they don't get impatient with you. And I feel like in the US, for example, you know, like Mel was just saying, you know, you hear somebody speaking broken English, you don't even want to talk to them. Like you immediately get an attitude. Y'all, I be struggling with Spanish and I'm telling you, people still be talking to me. Like this happened to me the other day with the Uber driver. Like my brain just could not pull it together, but he continued to ask me about my life and ask me questions. So it really is a completely different vibe. And it's one of the reasons why I always encourage people to travel because it really just makes you a more empathetic and a more compassionate person. So, but yeah, and like he said, like you don't have to be like fluent. Like you don't feel like, oh, just because you go somewhere, you have to learn the language, but just be mindful of how you treat people in the US if you come across somebody and their English is not that good.
True.
Thank y'all for the hearts. I appreciate y'all. The Diary of Bruce said Chiang Mai and Pai. Are you talking about places that are like not in the city? I've never heard of Pai. Tamia says, what do you all do for work? I'm about to graduate college and it's my dream to live abroad. Yeah, that's a great question that we get literally all the time. So I am a digital marketing entrepreneur. I do a few different things, but I primarily do digital marketing and affiliate marketing. Those are like the top two ways that I earn money while living abroad. But like I said, I do a variety of things, and Mel is a Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm a personal trainer. I also have like a background in like rehab corrective exercises. I mainly train online, but since I'm actually just a little bit more settled
Settled.
down, a little bit more settled down, I can actually work with some experts that actually live in Colombia. So right now I have about 5 to 6 clients are actually working with in person and some online too. So yes.
Yeah. So we before we got here, we were both just doing completely online. But since we are a little bit more settled, like now he kind of has like a hybrid role where he's taking clients in person as well. But yeah, that is what we do. And by the way, y'all, for those of you who joined a little sorry, baby. For those of you who joined a little bit later, my MAPS course is still on sale for Black Friday. Y'all, the price is going up every day until it gets back to the original price of $297. And right now you can get it for less than half of that. So make sure y'all take advantage. It's at the link in my bio. I'm also doing a live bonus. This is a great time to bring it up since you're asking about what we do for work. One of the things that we're constantly trying to inspire other people to do is get out of your comfort zone and be willing to try new things to make money. Because I mean, how many random ways have we made money since we left the US last year? Like, you would be surprised. There are so many different ways that you can be earning income. And I do mean remote income. And it's one of the things that we talk about a lot in the course. And I talk about that in my cash flow come up checklist. So my cash flow come up checklist is at the link in my bio. You can go and buy it, but you can also get it for free. So for anybody who gets the MAPS course while we are live, you're going to actually get that cash flow come up guide for free. That's a 33-page guide on how to make more money, and it comes along with the video and everything. So make sure y'all take advantage of the MAPS course at the link in my bio. Creative Corrine says, what's your favorite thing about Colombia? Thank you for the content. You are so welcome. Thank you for being a supporter. What's your favorite thing about Colombia?
I love the weather. I also love how I love the people. I really love how like friendly and homey they really are. It kind of really reminds me a little bit of back home a little bit of where I'm from. And
maybe they want to know where you're from. You can't.
I'm from Africa, Sierra Leone. And also, I love that they're very big on fitness and health and stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's like all of Colombia, but specifically Medellin is very big on health and stuff. Like how and they actually enjoy family. That's one thing I also kind of enjoy too. Like on a Sunday, they kind of shut some stuff down. You don't see a lot of people working. And holidays, like they have random holidays and everything is shut down. Like and usually like that is usually good. Because most of the time in the States when people when people think people are working, like the only days things are closed down maybe Christmas and Thanksgiving and even that.
Shit,
like,
not even Thanksgiving anymore. Yeah.
And most of the time people are if like places are shutting down, it's because they don't want to pay their employees. That is why they're doing it. It's not even because they want you to go enjoy your family or whatever it is. So it's like it's kind of intuitive and it's kind of like doing it for their own favor. But in general, that's some of the things I love about Colombia.
Yeah, that's a really good point that you just made about dang it, I lost it. I was gonna say something about the holiday.
Oh yeah, how did they don't play with that.
Yeah, and it's funny because like even as a content creator, and so like I schedule out content in advance, and even as a content creator, y'all, like today, this year, I actually intentionally did not send anything out on Thanksgiving. And there was part of me that was like, oh, but Black Friday, and people are gonna be like on their phones, and you can still post. And I was like, no, because even like for me, as somebody who is a recovering workaholic, because of the work culture in the United States, like these are like small things that I have even been trying to practice. I would say my favorite thing about it really is hard to pick one. We have a lot of the similar. A lot of our favorite things cross over. The weather for sure. I mean, it's literally known as the city of eternal spring, and it's so nice because you can be outside at any time, and even when like it's hot. And don't get me wrong, like there are times where it's hot, but even when it's hot, it's like it's still bearable, especially like if you're in the shade or if you have Yeah, especially like if you're in the shade or if you have a fan. Also, like the views, like it's so beautiful here. It's actually really foggy. I was gonna show you. It's really foggy today, but like the views here are just it's so beautiful. But like you said, the people are super nice. Also, there's a really big Black expat community out here. So for us, and this may not be the case for everybody, and that's fine. But for us to be somewhere long term, we want to be in a place where there is a Black expat community because we love Black culture. Like we love being around Black people. And yes, of course, it is a priority for us to be immersed in the Colombian culture and to hang out with Colombians as well. And that's also something that we do. But we get the best of both worlds here. So those are a few of our favorite things. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I appreciate y'all double tapping. Hey y'all, I'm catching up. Let me just give me a second.
Well, somebody said if have we lived in Asia? Yes, we have lived in. We lived
Thank
over.
you.
We was in Asia.
Baby, but you skip. We gotta go in order, baby.
Okay.
Somebody said, how much would I need to retire somewhere like Colombia? I have 800K saved currently.
You good.
You're good right there. Yeah, that's plenty. But I mean, every country is different. You'll have to calculate the cost of living. You'll need to think about what neighborhood you want to live in, where you're expecting your rent and your monthly expenses to be, and then like however much money you have saved, or no, let me flip that. How much it would cost you to live in a month, multiply that by 12. I would probably give myself at least like a $500 a month buffer. And then that's kind of how I would calculate it. There are also tools that can help you calculate your cost of living. I think it's called The Earth Awaits. That's a website that you can check out as well. But I do also talk about that in the course. For those of you who just now joined, make sure I take advantage of the MAPS course while it's still on sale, y'all, because the price goes up again tomorrow. I'm a country boy. Okay, I'm here for it. Hi, Tia.
No, that's what we was talking about. If you want to live in the country, yeah. So if you don't mind, if you're a country boy, if you don't mind living like outside the city and stuff,
the more rural areas,
the more rural area, that'd be even great. As long as you probably have to get like a motorcycle or a bike, or something like that,
or even like a driver, maybe.
That too. But most of the time, like I say, if you are going to be out on the outskirts, like it makes sense to do that because you're going to be like your expenses are going to be so cheap,
way lower.
So, like, it'll make sense to do all that. So if that's what your choice, do that.
Yeah. Okay, and ask you the question. I know y'all said Colombia. Have you ever lived in Asia? I studied abroad in Japan and loved it. Yes, Japan.
Yes, we love Japan.
Yeah. Well, yes. You love Japan more than I did. I feel like we love Japan for different reasons. I honestly, and it's not. And let me also set the record straight. We need to go back to Japan because honestly, like we
didn't do it justice.
We did not at all. Like I don't want to say we did Japan wrong. Because at the end of the day, I felt like everything worked out the way it's supposed to. And then I ended up meeting up with like two of my friends there. And that was like such a highlight, like being able to like hang out with one friend's from Germany. The other one is from the US. But by the time we got to Japan, y'all, I'm not kidding. Like we had moved around so much before we got there. Like we were just so tired. And we also didn't realize that like Tokyo and like Osaka, like those were places where you needed to reserve a lot of stuff. So
especially during the peak season, like when like the tourist season and stuff, you want to keep going.
Yeah, like you just want to make sure that you're booking something. If that's the kind of stuff you want to do. Now, you might be the kind of person where you like to just show up in a country and just kind of figure it out, and that's fine. But like I said, for us, like for example, it would have been so dope to do Mario Kart, but I didn't even realize until too late that we needed an international driver's license.
Yeah, what you just say, if you like to figure that, that's not going to work.
Right.
Because you have to plan ahead of time, especially in Japan.
But it depends on what you want to do because there's still because the other thing I didn't like about Japan is there was a lot to just walk around and see. There were a lot of temples. There were a lot of like shopping areas. Like it's just like, and then when I say Japan, we really should say Tokyo and Osaka because those are in Kyoto because those are the main places that we were. But like in those cities, there is so much just to see that is really cool. And especially like if you're into anime, like there's a lot that you can do without having to like buy things.
Yes.
But I do also feel like there's 100% more experiences that I would have liked to have had in Japan. So I feel like we're very confident about wanting to go back and spend at least like, I would say 2 weeks. I mean, I was going to say a month, but I don't know. But yeah, and we were in Thailand for like 9 weeks. We were in Vietnam for a month. We were only in China for like a long layover. And then we were in Indonesia for like 5 days. Bali was a little bit more of like a vacation for us. We didn't really like live there. We were in a hotel. But yeah, we love Asia. Honestly, I think the biggest reason that we are here, maybe not the only reason, but one of the bigger reasons that we are here in South America instead of in Asia is because of how far it
It's so
is.
far in the time zone, like it's just like it's also like just like I
The
said, it's so
time
far in the
zone.
time zone. And like I said, if you we our parents are a little bit older, so we want to be a little bit closer to home, just so I can come visit and stuff. I just in case
Yeah.
anything happen, just so I know we can come if we want to travel in the same day, we can be home in the same day and stuff like doing a couple of days of traveling. So
Yeah.
that's one of the main reasons.
It's more expensive and more time. It's like once you're on that side of the world,
Yeah, stay
like
over there for a little bit.
yeah, it's like the thought of coming home more than like twice a year, and honestly, maybe even twice a year, because y'all, it took me 2 weeks just to even get used to being in the Asian time zone. So it's like imagine you visit home for 2 weeks, and it's like by the time you get adjusted, you're turning around and coming back. You're turning around and coming right back. Or the alternative, if you go back to the U.S. and stay for like a month, you can do that. But if you are choosing to live abroad, do you really want to miss 2 whole months out of the year? So there's a lot of different things that go into that. But overall, we loved Asia, the food, some of the best we have ever had. Southeast Asia is really affordable whenever you're making US dollar. And yeah, the people, like the locals there, they're super kind. So I mean, Asia is definitely a continent that we plan on visiting for the rest of our lives. Thank y'all so much for tapping that screen. I appreciate y'all. Miss Burke, we are currently in Colombia. Hello, Barbara, my bad. Let me see. Not, hold on. What you mean? He was just talking. You are stressing your hubby out. He can't talk. Y'all, they really be making me laugh because I'm like, this man would literally, this man, listen, I love him dearly. He don't even want to be on here, okay? He don't even want to be on here. I was like, will you go live with me? Like, trust me, nah. D-Rock, we are in Colombia. My husband loved the women there. Where, in Japan? That's so funny. Yeah, Tokyo and Osaka are crazy. Once you go to the countryside, it slows down. I would love to go to Okinawa as well. So and I think this is why I say when we go back to Japan, I feel like we need a month because I need like a week at the beach in Japan. Like Okinawa looks so dope, and then I feel like I need like 10 days in Tokyo. Well, maybe like I like Osaka better than Tokyo, so I feel like maybe like 15 days in Osaka and then like another week in Tokyo.
I would definitely like to go and visit Mount Fuji too.
Oh my
That was
god,
beautiful, especially from
that was crazy.
like we was on the bullet train and we saw it and it was like so far away, but it was like beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea we were even gonna pass it. Like we were, like he said, we were just on a train going from Tokyo to Osaka, and then I just looked out the window and I was like, "What is that?" Like I could not even take my eyes off of it. It was so stunning. And if it was that stunning from the train, I mean, I can only imagine for the people who actually visit. We're in South America. We're in Colombia right now. Let me see. LOL, yeah, that was earlier. Yeah, forgive me, y'all. I'm not that good at keeping up with the comments. And babe, you can also reply if like via text if you can. Japan, the women in Japan, the women are stunning. Yeah, I mean, y'all, beautiful people all over the world, y'all. Any thoughts on people saying that people who live abroad but don't work abroad are just colonizers? I mean, as far as like any thoughts, I mean, sure. Like I have my opinions. Everybody has an opinion on the topic. And this is coming from somebody who has traveled to 24 different countries. And what I say is, y'all, whenever I take like a vacation somewhere, I just take a trip versus when I'm living abroad, I give back to the community so much more whenever I am living abroad. For someone who goes to, I'm just giving an example, you go to Panama City, you spend 5 days, you stay at, the JW Marriott, whatever, and like nobody blinks an eye. They're like, oh yeah, you went and did this, and it's like,
and that money is going back to probably someone in the U.S. or something.
Yeah,
like, that's not really helping like the people actually in the country and start in the ground working there, whatever it is. So
exactly, like versus like whenever you, and then obviously like everybody's situation is different, but like like for us, I know that for example, whenever we were in Bali and we had a driver, and I remember like him literally telling us like thank you for reaching out to me. He was like, you're literally helping me feed my family by hiring me.
Because like most countries, like tourism is that's their business, or that's how they make most of their money and stuff. So
yeah, and then also just thinking about like whenever we're living abroad and we're spending money in these local grocery stores, these local frutarias, these little mom and pop shops that we're constantly eating at. Like we give back so much more to local communities living abroad versus whenever we just go and take a vacation somewhere. Also, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not going to sit here and act like gentrification is not a thing. Gentrification happens everywhere. Like we're from North Carolina. Like rent in North Carolina has skyrocketed because we're getting so many people from California and New York. So I'm not going to pretend like gentrification is not a thing. Like 100%, it absolutely happens. So like we really try to be I don't know if conscious is the word, but like we try to be conscious travelers. Like we try to make sure that we're supporting locals, and especially here in Colombia, like we try to even take it a step further and try to support like Afro Colombians as well. And that's gonna go down a whole other rabbit hole. But those are my thoughts. Okay, now I had so much fun. Huge Black community, all my friends. Then we had a great time. Oh, period. Yeah, like when I go back to Japan, like that has to happen 100%. Carta or Buka? Joe, I have no idea what you're asking me.
We're in Medellin. That's where we at.
What's Buka? I haven't even heard of that. Oh, yeah, we're in Medellin. Approval Architect says, I need to get out of here. The U.S. is getting so ghetto. Listen, y'all, everything that y'all need to get started, not even to get started, from start to finish, everything y'all need to move abroad from the U.S. is in my MAPS course, okay? Sorry, baby. I know, I'm sorry. I keep scratching you. I'm sorry. Everything y'all need to move abroad is in the MAPS course, okay? Like, when I started this page, y'all, I never thought that I would be teaching moving abroad. I did not, but I started going live. I started doing things like this, and y'all were asking me so many questions. So I put everything together in one resource so that you can go back and revisit it. For those of y'all who are serious about moving abroad, don't be afraid to make an investment in yourself. I know that it's like Black Friday and it's holiday season and we're all out here buying new clothes and jewelries and all these things. And what I'm telling you is, really think about where you want to see your life in the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, whatever it is, and make an investment to make it happen. Like for those of you who are serious and you don't want to just be sitting here trying to ask Chat GPT everything, you want to hear it from a person who's done it. In the MAPS course, there are literally 12 videos. Like if y'all think that this is helpful, there are 12 of these in the course, as well as a 23-page resource guide. And you actually get like a workbook to follow along with everything. So it's not just like you're watching the videos, like you can print it out. You can take notes online, but everything you need is in the course. And right now it is literally less than half of full price. Like I marked this shit down stupid low, okay, for Black Friday. So take advantage. And remember, y'all, for anybody who does decide to get it while I'm live, I'm going to also send you my cash flow come up checklist to show you how to make more money. The cash flow guide is in my bio as well for purchase. But like I said, you can get it for free if you get the MAPS course while we are still live for like a few more minutes. Go ahead.
Also, another thing that somebody was asking about, like that we liked about here. Well, it's not just about Colombia. I feel like just in general about being abroad. The food, especially as a health, for somebody that's a health professional that I know, like that's very health conscious. The food in the U.S. they're feeding us is killing us. Like one of the things that we had Thanksgiving here the other day, and we was able to go somewhere to have Thanksgiving. And most of the time, like we all. Back home, when you have a Thanksgiving, we all have itis. People laugh about that. It is a real thing. And anything in the U.S. you eat, it's itis because everything that you in the food is so bad for you. And one of the things I was very surprised here, like here on Thanksgiving, we got a very big plate. Was able to eat all the food and all that stuff like that, and did not feel like garbage or did not feel like
didn't need to go to sleep right after.
We even hanged out with people like we hanged out with people and talked for like a long time, and even after that,
ow,
my fault.
Are you scratching me?
and even after that, like when we got home, like we were still like we still kind of stayed up a little longer and stuff like that. So just kind of the difference of the food. Like most things don't have extra sugar, soda tastes.
Okay. I would say more so like the processed food, but no, I do hear you, like the added sugar and stuff.
Dessert too, even in dessert, there's not super sweet. Like we spend the most money.
The desserts ain't sweet enough in my opinion, but I won't go there.
She has that. She still have that U.S. taste of sugar.
I do not have a U.S. taste. I just have a sweet tooth. Like
but
Colombian desserts aren't that sweet.
I think the reason why you have that because you grew up in this. I'm just like if you grew up in a country like.
I mean, the point being, hi Kevin, how are you? The point being is that the food here is like the quality of the food here is so much better. You know, like he said, like we got like a big ass plate of food on Thanksgiving. And y'all, I don't know about any of y'all, but normally it is very hard for me to even get through like one plate on Thanksgiving. Like when I tell y'all we ate that whole plate, and it's because like the ingredients here are just better. They're not full of a lot of like processed food, because in the United States, sickness is a business. And once you get outside of the United States and you start learning more, you start eating different foods, you start recognizing that so many things they feed us in the US are literally not even legal in like in so many other countries. And that definitely that definitely played a big role in like one of the reasons that like that we really love living abroad.
To piggyback off of something about the food, one thing I was talking to a client, I'm always talking to people about stuff. I can't remember. But anyway, I was talking to one of my clients the other day, and we were saying like how often you go to the grocery store here. In the US, you kind of most of the time you kind of go and shop for like maybe a week or two, or like paycheck to paycheck type of situation or whatever it is. Here, you go shopping for like a couple of days, and that is it. That is, and it's not because you can't get much stuff. You can get as much stuff you want to, but it's, the food goes bad. The food goes bad fast because
Yeah.
it doesn't have all that preservative. And
Yep.
you go into the store, you can smell the fruits. You don't have to clearly, you don't have to sniff that thing like a crackhead. You don't have to put.
Oh my God.
I was
That's
one time.
crazy.
It's true. I was in the state one time. I was over there like I'm trying to smell something like is this right or not. I was putting on my nose like trying to sniff so hard to try to see if I smell. And you don't have to smell it here. Like things go bad when it's supposed to. Like it doesn't have like a long shelf life.
Yeah,
Bread
you're
go
not
bad.
you're not buying no pack of chicken and leaving that shit in your refrigerator for 5 days. You
Even
might
1 day.
have 2 days.
Mike.
You like 2 days and you're lucky. Like when you buy meat, it is fresh. And like when you buy it, you need to be ready to cook it. And again, like or freeze it, because like he was saying, like in the US, like they put so many preservatives and everything, and then we just start thinking that's normal. And I think that, and I've said this multiple times, living abroad is not for everybody, right? Like it's not, there are some people who, you know what, you need to stay away in the US and it is what it is. But one of the things that was kind of hard for me at first was exactly what he said, like going to the grocery store so often, because I was used to going to the store, getting everything I need. But now it's like, and we live like so close to like a fruiteria where we can just walk and get pretty much all of our like fruits and vegetables. So now like, I don't even think twice. Like I be in there like 3-4 times a week. It's just a normal part of my life now. And it's also very different whenever you can walk places. And this is another thing that we love so much about being abroad is like, y'all, I'm not even kidding. Like I average probably 15,000 steps a day. Like that, because we just be moving. Like we be outside. People be outside here. Like I mean, and I know that right now we're specifically talking about Medellin, but it's
like that.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's like that in most countries, in other countries other than the U.S. Because like even in Asia and Vietnam, you remember like when you wake up super early in the morning, you saw the grandma and grandparents out there doing their tai chi in the park and all that stuff.
Yeah, like people working out outside, all the outdoor gyms. Yes. Like it's not free. About like you gotta go. It's not. Everybody doesn't have to go and pay for a gym membership. Like there's even in Mexico, like Brazil. I mean, we've been in several countries where like you can just tell that they really prioritize health and community, and that has been one of the things that we have loved so much about being abroad.
Community is real big. Like like everything is not capitalism. You don't have to like. There's so much things for people to actually, and it's free and stuff like that. Like and even if you do have to pay for things, it is so much more cheaper. One of the things also I was talking to somebody about was like how like fruits and stuff like that is so much cheaper when you buy from because every morning this is like every morning I eat a couple of bananas. I usually eat a banana before, like when I'm on my way to go train a client, and before I work out myself, that's my usually my breakfast and my pre-workout. And I've noticed like sometimes going to the store, it's a little bit more expensive. Like going to a grocery store, it's a little bit more expensive getting some bananas compared to if I get it from somebody up the street or somebody that's pushing and it's so much cheaper. And also, I'm helping a local by buying from that person in the street.
Right.
And stuff like that. That money is going straight to their pocket and straight to their family compared to me spending money to in the store where that money might go to a big corporation or whatever it is. So it makes a big difference. And that is one thing I really wish it was different in the States because sometimes you really do want to help your own community, but it is so hard to do it because
it is expensive.
It's so expensive. People have a plate sale for $20 for a plate. It's like I really want to help you, but it's like somewhere else you can get cheaper, and that is some of the things that.
That's how the U.S. keeps the big businesses as the big businesses. Like it's really, and this is like coming from someone who like, you know, as a small business owner, I've been in the entrepreneurial space for some time now, and like it's been one of my like life goals to consistently support small businesses, but like in the U.S. sometimes it just wasn't affordable for me. Like, I mean, and I know that sounds toxic, and there's going to be someone who's like, oh, well, yeah, well, like, you know, well, don't shop on Amazon. It's like, okay, but have you considered it? Some people that's what they can afford. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. Some people cannot afford to, Kim, we're in Colombia. I thought I replied to you. We're in Colombia, but like some people cannot afford to support certain local businesses because local businesses have to charge a lot more in order to make a profit. So yeah, going back to what we were saying earlier, like here it is so much easier to support locals. Like we have someone come and clean our house every week, and like we pay her directly. Like we literally put cash in her hands. So how is the crime there, girl? I don't know. Ask Google. I don't know. I don't.
It's like I said. People that I think it's going to like kind of safety wise, and don't listen to like travel. People who travel, that is one of the number one thing as an adult I'm learning and growing up is like we have been fed socialized by our own parents. I'm sorry, mom and dad, but our parents lied to us growing up. It is true. You have to go out and learn. You got to go out and figure things out yourself and stuff. Even U.S., our own country lied to us and stuff like that. So like there's so many things that some people tell us you have to go out there and see things for yourself. Like obviously. Everywhere is dangerous. In the U.S., you can get shot by going outside and stuff. There's a different things where you can. It's like a big piece where you can send your kids to school. You don't have to worry about your kids getting shot up. You can work. You can go outside and walk, or whatever it is. Somebody will just go. Somebody's not just like you had a big event. Somebody's not going to open fire at a big event or whatever it is. Like last night, we went to like a Christmas lighting show, or whatever it is, and that even crossed our mind and stuff. And I can definitely remember like when we first started traveling, how loud noise, like any kind of like fireworks, a loud noise out of nowhere will kind of scare you.
Sometimes fireworks do still be scaring me.
That is you, but like I've gotten used to like, you know, somebody's not gonna shoot you, and compared to like, you know, in the state where you hear a big noise, like you might start ducking and say like, was that a gunshot or what and stuff, and that's a big difference when we talk about safety wise. And
yeah, understanding what the word crime actually means. Like if I walk up and see somebody on the street and punch them in the face, that's a crime. If somebody walks up and shoots somebody, that's a crime. If somebody snatches your phone out of your hand and they run, that's a crime. So it's like, you know, I tell people all the time, like, I'm not gonna lie, like it's a touchy subject for me because it's kind of hard. It's hard not to get triggered. No pun intended. It's hard not to get triggered when you've traveled so much after being in the U.S. and people who are like, is this safe? Or like, is there crime? And I'm like, where there are humans, there is crime. Like, that's just how the cookie crumbles. But you have to decide what level of safety you need. If you are like, I want to go to a place where there is barely any crime, cool. Take your ass to Iceland. Take your ass to New Zealand, okay? Like, if you come to, you know, certain places in South America, like, you're gonna come across a lot more petty crime. Like, somebody might snatch your phone out of your hand. Somebody might come up on the street and tell you to give you their wallet. Yeah, but you know what? The cop's not shooting you because you're black.
You can ask them a question. They can help you out. They can show you this is where it's at. And that's something that was another question.
What?
That was another thing.
Ask who?
Like a cop. That was something me and somebody else was talking about yesterday with Erica when he was talking about, like, you know, when she first moved here, she got lost and she went to a cop. And it's like, oh, I can ask her. The cop actually... She wasn't like.
I mean, you could ask a cop in the U.S. for help.
You can ask it, but there's a big difference, especially as a black man, as a black guy in the U.S. There's a big fear of like I'm gonna ask this guy something else. You're gonna ask me a question like, "What are you doing here?" Whatever it is. That's a big thing. Where compared to another country, where it's like you ask a question to a cop, whatever it is, it's gonna ask you a question and answer your question, keep moving about. In some countries, they might bribe you though. They might actually bribe them, but in general.
Yeah, and also, that's another example like of, bribery is, I think it's a crime. I don't know. I would assume it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like that's another example, right? Like, like in Thailand, you might get pulled over and they might be like, okay, yeah, you know what? If you don't give me money, we're gonna put you in Thai jail because they're bribing you for money. So like there's, like I said, like there's crime all over the world. Like understand what you're comfortable with and do your research. Like I said, if you want to move to one of the safest countries in the world, by all means do that. Like I'm not, whatever, but I'm not going to be like, I'm never going to try to convince anybody about safety because there's nothing I can do to make you feel safe. Like nothing. Okay. Like that's something that you got to do with yourself. Cecilia says other countries have PSAs against traveling to America because of our mass shootings. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like the United States is on the travel advisory list. So it's like sometimes, and not all the time. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be safe. There's nothing wrong with you having these questions, especially because most of us were raised in a world where we were fed a lot of that propaganda. So there's nothing wrong with that. I just really encourage you to like educate yourself. And the best way to educate yourself is to get out and travel. Like get out and see the world and see it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing I can say to you anyways about like how safe it is here. Like I understand that outside of the United States, Colombia has, like a certain reputation. And honestly, like it makes me really sad. Like I was talking to my friend the other day and I was like, it's crazy. Because after traveling to Colombia so many times, just like y'all, the shows I watch on TV, 99% of the time, somebody brings up Colombia, it's related to Coke. And it's like, and it makes me really sad because like, well, I mean, for the record, neither of us do Coke. We're not associated with that. And we've been here 3 times and there's so much more to this beautiful country and these beautiful people. And at the end of the day, if we didn't come here to see it for ourselves, then we would have been just as ignorant as everybody else to assume that an entire country is all about drugs, which is obviously stupid. I have a villa in Dubai, move there, better pay and no income tax. I'm not interested, but thank you. It's dangerous in America, but our media always wants to spread misinformation about other countries. Yes, exactly. Sweet lady. Oh, we have a troll. Hello.
How do Blackbird?
Actually, you might be able to because you're a moderator. If you scroll down, you can hit block. It's okay. I don't even block trolls anymore. I'm like, you know what? Thank you for the engagement. Thank you for the engagement. And they're always like faceless. So it's just like, they just need a little attention. Okay. They're sad. So if this cheers them up, okay. Oh, wow. He even called you out. Moderator blocked. That's so funny. We do not have kids. No kids, no pets, no mortgage. I have been to Senegal, Nigeria, Lebanon, Syria, Dubai, England, now NYC, but have a house in Dubai, period. That's definitely a long-term goal for us is to have property to have properties like in multiple countries. Hello, Suki. Everywhere ain't so. USA trolls are bored. Yeah. Josh, my husband is African. He is from Sierra Leone in West Africa. But I am African American. We are in Colombia. Do y'all have any other questions for us before we get off of here? Y'all, again, make sure you take advantage of the MAPS course. Those of you who already got the course, thank you for your business. I will send you that live bonus. So remember, I am doing a live bonus for my cash flow come up checklist for anybody who wants to learn how to make more money, whether you are in the US or not. Thank you for the gift. So make sure y'all take advantage of the live bonus. The price for the course is going to go up tomorrow. The original, thank you, you too. The original price is $297, y'all. Right now, you can get it for less than half of that. So please take advantage while it's on sale. It's at the link in my bio. It's called the Move Abroad Planning Series, AKA the MAPS course. Faith said, have you been to Thailand or Vietnam? We have been to both. We were in both last year. So we were in Thailand for about like 9 weeks. Bangkok, Phuket, Pattaya, Krabi, and Chiang Mai. And we were in Hanoi, Vietnam for 1 month.
Food in both of those countries, delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
100%. Killer One says, I love West Africa, safest place to be. Oh, that's dope. I haven't been, but hopefully we're going to go next year. But yeah, I personally have not been to West Africa yet. I've only been to Egypt. So I got a lot more I have a lot more to explore. Josh says, would you ever live in his country permanently? I mean, I guess my biggest answer is I don't know. Like, I'm the kind of person where I'm not going to know if I can live in a country permanently unless I've been there. So I feel like that would be a great question to ask me after we visit. So like, because he hasn't been back in a while and I've never been at all. But for us, we would not go to a place to live there permanently. Like I said, unless we've traveled there before. So as of right now, I'm not sure. West Africa, you can leave your doors open and everyone is welcoming and respectful. I believe it. I believe it 100%. Definitely excited to go there and explore very soon. Are you working remotely? Yes, I work 100% remotely. My husband does work in person and remotely. So before we got here, we
Travel a lot.
yeah, like we've been in 10 countries since February of last year. So before we got here, we were both fully remote. Now, he's a personal trainer, so he trains clients virtually, but he also trains like expats, like other people from the US here in Colombia in person. And yes, I've been remote since 2018. So yeah, I'm a digital marketing entrepreneur. If y'all want to learn more about what I do, I go over all of this in the MAPS course as well. Oh, I do also have, because I do a lot with digital products, I do also have a free class at the link in my bio. It's called the 20K Freedom Formula, where I walk you through exactly how I made more than $20,000 from digital products while living abroad with skills I already had, y'all. Like essentially how to turn your skills into online income. The class is completely free. It's called the 20K Freedom Formula. That's at the link in my bio as well. But like I said, if y'all really want that deeper dive, y'all take advantage of the MAPS course. Y'all got a couple more minutes before we get off of here. For those of you who are the action takers and y'all are here for that live bonus.
That's a good comment. When that person said, geez, how do y'all afford this?
How do you have enough money to just travel like that, to go for weeks and months? Because it's less expensive than the US. That's the hack. Like that's the thing. Like people look at us and they think like, oh, they must be rich. We look at y'all in the US and we be like, how the hell are y'all living? Because our eggs are $3 and y'all's are $12. Like like our I'm like, we go out and we eat lunch for like $4 or $5 USD a plate. And I mean, I think the last time I went to Jersey Mike's, a fucking sandwich was like $16. And I'm not even talking about like the big sandwich. So, but like for real, to answer your question, like the number one answer is because it's less expensive. When you're making US dollar, it's less expensive for us to be outside of the US.
And you don't have no bills, like no car payment in the US or a house payment or farming. That's also a big thing too.
Yeah, like like we're not paying car insurance, we're not paying for Wi-Fi, we're not paying a water bill, like everything is under our rent. So like one reason is because our expenses are a lot lower than they are in the United States. Another reason is because we have learned how to travel on a budget, y'all. Budget travel is a skill, okay? I talk about this in the MAPS course as well. And then and the other reason is because we have location independent income, because we can make money from anywhere. Like when you have the flexibility to make money from a cell phone, to make money from your laptop, then you literally have more of your time freedom to move around. Like y'all, I tell people all the time, moving abroad is like 80% mindset, okay? Yes, we can talk about visas, we can talk about which country is best and all of that, but y'all, mentally, you have to get here first. You have to believe that this life is possible for you, and you have to recognize that all the things that you've been taught, there's so much more out here in the world. Neither of us grew up with money, okay? He literally came to the U.S. as a refugee from West Africa. I grew up lower middle class in the U.S. with a college dropout mom and a dad who didn't even finish high school. And I've traveled to 24 different countries. I have multiple streams of income. Like, we're living abroad. You don't have to be rich. You need to be willing to do something different and get out of your comfort zone. In the MAPS course, so I told y'all there's 12 videos. So we go through 12 days of how to move abroad from the United States. Y'all, day one is mindset. Day one is mindset for a reason. Mentally, you have to get there. You have to believe that this life is possible for you. You're already spending money on things you don't need because everybody does it. If you are serious, if you are like, Bianca, I don't want another year to go by and I'm still in this country. Bianca, I want to live a slower life, but I just need help understanding where to go and how to make money and how I'm going to do this with my kids and how I'm going to bring my dog. I get it. I've been asked the same questions, y'all, for the last 2 years. This is why I put everything in the course. Take advantage. We're in Colombia. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. $40 for 2 meals. We are probably at a nice restaurant if we're paying $40 for 2 meals. Because that's what, like 130 pesos or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
But,
nah.
yeah.
Cecilia says, I want it so bad. Make it happen, sis. Make it like, yo, one step at a time. Like, you can start where you are. Like, you got to get out of your head. You have to stop self-sabotaging, okay? If you want to make this life happen, you can make it happen, but nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody is coming to save you. You got to hold yourself accountable for where you are. And if you want to live a different life, that means you have to do something different.
And those meals that she said, those $4 meals, that's no McDonald's or no Wendy's meals or no 5 for 5 or whatever it is.
Home
cooked meal with a little appetizer, maybe a soup or something.
Fresh juice
and
meat, sides.
and some veggies.
Yeah, like
right?
it's, yeah.
The whole 9.
Actually, I was thinking maybe we could go get one of those meals.
We got food in the house, baby.
You know what? You really want to be a we got food in the house motherfucker. Whatever.
Somebody got to do it.
Anyway, y'all, we about to get up off of here, but thank y'all so much for joining. Please make sure y'all hit follow. Like I said, those of you who got the course already, thank you for your business. I'll leave it open for another couple of minutes for anybody who wants to take advantage of the live bonus. It's at the link in my bio. It's called the Move Abroad Planning Series, the MAPS course for short. Like I said, I believe that good fresh food for the Lolo. Absolutely, butterfly. For those of you who want to take advantage of the live bonus, y'all got a couple more minutes to grab the course from the link in my bio. You can also grab that free class, the 20K Freedom Formula. For those of you who want to learn more about how I've made money from digital products while living abroad, please make sure y'all hit follow. Thank y'all again for joining. And yeah, we'll catch y'all next time. Hasta luego. Ciao.